Hi everyone, Sidharth Kumar here from ReviewMagic, and it's good to see all of you again for another round of review. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to be giving you a review on my first ever K-pop Korean drama, and that's going to be for My Mister. So My Mister is available on Netflix. This is a TV show that came out in 2018. It's available on Netflix with 16 episodes, and the show is a family-based drama, and it stars Sun-Kyun Lee, who is the actor shown in the movie Parasite that was nominated and eventually it won an Oscar in the Best Direction and Best Foreign Film category. Then you also have Ji-eun Lee, who plays the role of Lee Ji-eun in the movie. And there are several other actors too in this show. So this is a show that's been directed by Won Suk Kim. So I saw all the episodes of My Mister as I was surfing through Netflix. I came across My Mister and I said, okay, let me just go and see what the trailer is all about, because that's what, it shows you a glimpse of what's going to happen. And I see that this guy comes in with his friends or his comrades in the office, and they show him he's standing in near the elevator, and the elevator door opens, and there is the CEO of the company sitting inside and standing inside, and then all of these people who are standing outside, they just bow their head, and that's very common in the Korean or the Japanese culture. So I just, first of all, I immediately recognized him that this actor was from Parasite, and he had a great performance in that role. Although I didn't like it, but I thought, let me just give it a shot. And also, just the story, when I just the trailer said that the trailer was where his Sun-Kyun Lee's friends, they tell him who actually plays by the name of Park Dong Hoon. So his friends tell him that the CEO is junior to you, and now he's your boss. So I just felt let's take a look what it is, and that's where I started my whole journey of watching My Mister. So it's on Netflix, 16 episodes, and I watched it. I just completed the show yesterday night, so it took me like maybe a week to see all the episodes. Now, I'm sure you can go online, you can see all the trailers, you can see the IMDb rating, but here I am to give you my own personal review on My Mister. So the plot of the show is that there is this person, Park Dong Hoon, that's the name in the show, that's played by Sun-Kyun Lee. So he's a general manager in a construction company. He's in his 40s, and he's just not happy with life. He doesn't interact a lot with his wife, who's also busy. She's actually having an affair with the CEO of the same company, which Park finds out pretty much later. And his life, Park's whole life is all about going to meet his friends, having drinks every night, meeting his two brothers, his mom, and coming back to work the next day. So that's pretty much his life. He has a kid who studies in States. So there's not a lot of excitement here. He's looking for a purpose of life. What's the meaning of life? He's unhappy. He has a friend who turns monk, and he's given up on everything. So he, Park contemplates maybe that is what he needs to do, become a monk. But he doesn't eventually go there. But he's coming to the office, and it's the same routine over and over. Now, there is another lead actor in this show by the name of Ji-eun Lee, played as Lee Ji-eun in the show. And she is, an accountant, a temporary worker in the office, and she just minds her own business. She's in her 20s, and she also is, not happy with life, because she has a dark background. She was in the jail. She killed the father of a lender who was abusing her and her grandmother. she comes from a poor background and is barely trying to make enough, also working part-time jobs in a restaurant to make ends meet and support her brother as well. So she's also not very interactive, and she's also trying to figure out, the purpose of life. And what the story is all about is that how both Park and Lee, they help each other and try to, become happy in life, be motivated. And how does that take place in the course of 16 episodes is what I'm going to be talking right now. So definitely, I mean, there is office politics at the office. There is a managing director that gets fired, because the CEO and his team is conspiring against him. And then when Park's nomination comes to become the managing director, again, there is a lot of politics coming. There is a bribe sent to him, and he eventually is trying to get away from it. He's an honest man. He doesn't accept bribe, but he just kind of falls into the whole trap, and he's trying to get out of it. Luckily, Park has a good relationship with the manager and the other set of people in the board that want him to lead and go to the next level. And then he gets help from Lee Ji-eun too, who's the accountant, who sees that he got a packet, a bribe, and kind of helps him out in that way. But because Lee Ji-eun is poor, she needs money. She kind of conspires with the CEO and tries to gets one of the MDs fired. But as the relationship between her and Park unfolds, she starts to like him and his character, his personality. Because Park is the only person in the entire company that reaches out to her, asks her for team outings, team dinner, team drinks, and with that demeanor that no one has ever asked her. So she really is touched with Park. Lee actually plants a bug on Park's phone. So she's listened to all the conversations about, what is Park really doing, whether he's drinking, whether he's with his wife, whether he's in office. Every conversation she gets to know him better. She gets to know that he's also, he's struggling from inside. He looks fine outside, but she gets to know so him about, because she's with him like almost 24/7, listen to all the conversations. So she gives some hope to Park, that cheer up, because Park gets to know that Lee helped to avoid that packet that was delivered, and now he's back in the office. He tries to thank Lee and takes out for dinner, and these dinners become repeated affairs. And Lee starts to like Park. Park does not admit in the show, but he definitely, when he goes to bars and restaurants, he's asking the bartender or the guy who's serving food, like, who's that girl? And Lee can hear it because she's bugged the phone. So they become close. They come as close as very good friends. Lee, of course, has stronger feelings. And eventually, Park becomes managing director. The CEO and all the other bad people in the company who are conspiring, they get fired. And in the end, you see Lee and Park so happy in life. They're not. It's not like they've come together. They've come together in a very good, friendly way, which is what should have been the end of the story. So that's where it ends. Park's wife, she asks for forgiveness, and looks like Park does that because he has the photos of his wife, his son in the office. But he's still willing to have a good, healthy relationship with Lee as a friend. Lee goes to Busan to get a job. The chairman of the company sends her there, but then she comes back to Seoul. And then at the end, Park and Lee just stumble across each other, and that's where the story pretty much ends. So as far as the acting is concerned, I mean, this is the second Korean show that I'm seeing after Kingdom, which is that zombie-based show. But I can tell you that I was blown away by the acting that was performed by Sun-Kyun Lee and Ji-eun Lee. They are phenomenal actors. And also the fact that they were so well supported by Sun-Kyun Lee's brothers, his mom. There is a owner of the bar, the monk, office CEO, his entire team. I think the entire acting, especially the lead girl, Lee Ji-eun, is phenomenal. I'm really, really happy to see so much of talent in that part of the world. I mean, we are so westernized. We're looking at Western stories. I'm from India. I'm watching Bollywood, but there was just I was just blown away. And I watched all back to back 16 episodes, like within a day or two. I just completely wanted to watch it. It was so engaging. The acting, it just feels that their chemistry between Park and Lee was so strong that you wanted to see what next, what next. So hats off to the casting director who brought this entire team for My Mister. It just seems like it just fits so well. The direction, the way the story is flowing, it couldn't have shown better than what Won Suk Kim has shown. The story, the relationships are beautiful. You can envision, you can see what the culture of Korea is without actually being in Korea, because you feel you're sitting in that setting. You're part of the family, eating food, drinking. There is sorrow, there is love, there is disappointment, there is despair, there is bad luck, but there is also good luck. There is conspiracy, but the director does a very great. He presents the story in a very simple format, and I think that is the crux of this show. That My Mister, even though it's not a crime thriller, it's not a high-paced action movie. What really what really had drawn me to the show is its simplicity, and the director has just in a very easy manner shown that he brings together these characters. He started with two individuals who were so far apart that they were sitting so close to each other in the office, but at the end they come together, because that's how the story unfolded, where people who didn't have meaning in their lives, they got to know each other better, and they just began to be happy forever. Lee transforms in the end to become an office assistant manager, while Park becomes the CEO. And you can see the transformation in their clothes, in their facial expressions, in their characters. So that acting that the director has got out of his protagonist, or whether all the other supporting actors, was phenomenal. I think you really have to give good thumbs up to Mr. Kim, who's the director. So the casting was perfect, acting was perfect, direction was really superb. Screenplay also. I mean, some of the dialogues that you see from the monk, he's monk, so he speaks little, but the meaning is much deeper. But there are things that are told in the screenplay, and it just touches you. There are some of the things that the friend of Park was telling, that there is no winning. Life is not about winning or losing. It's just about pass it as each day comes. So that's so true. No one is in life to win or lose. You're just doing what you have to do, and many more things are like that. And just the fact that all of this is packaged together. The lighting, the art direction. It's set in Seoul, and the way they have managed to show the streets. Someone who has never been to Seoul can see where this is happening, and also get to know a lot about the country, its people. So really great show. I highly recommend all my viewers or anyone else who is watching this video to check out My Mister. This is a Netflix show available, and trust me, you will really enjoy the show, especially for Sun-Kyun Lee and Ji-eun Lee. So great work by the director and the entire team. So check it out, guys, and I'll be ready for more reviews next time. Till then, bye-bye.